Hi, I'm going to give a van tour of our 05 GMC Savana. Alright, this is starting from the back of the 05 Savana. I want to make sure everything is accessible from the back. We open the back doors. So up here you got our clothes, there's some kitchen stuff. This is a drop down table if we ever want to cook off of, or also a good way to load in your cooler, unload the cooler. Got more pantry stuff, accessible from loading from the back side. Have a switch here. This is for the gallery, which is the lights down here, which you control off and on, and I got another switch down in front that controls them as well. Also, a good way to do back here is to load up the cooler. It's on a cooler cart that we can access it from inside outside. We take the cooler out. Say when you're done on the weekend, plop this down. And right here, you can see in there, the hidden hatch is where we store our dirty laundry from the week. I was watching the video and I see that we forgot to mention how our laundry gets into that cavity down below. There's a hole right here in this wall, and you can like just shove your clothes right down in there. It's the space behind the cooler. It was like dead space. I didn't really know how to get access to it, and the laundry would seem like the best logical choice. And yeah. This latch is right there on the floor. Those I have a now 12-volt outlet in here in the back. But right there is basically the back of the van. If you're wondering why this is all exposed and is not like this over here, is because just right before coming out here, this part broke. And I wanted to get into the back of my van, so I had to tear all this off, come in here, and get that way you can pull the bottom cable up, and then hit this actuator in the top here to open up your door. I found the part online on Amazon, and it's coming here probably next Thursday, and it'll get fixed, and I'll put all the insulation back in, seal it back off with more foil tape, and we should be good to go. This is the inside. I have my water down here. I'll get better footage out there in a little bit. We got storage down here. And so we got our clothes. We got more kitchen stuff in here, just like you watering your, pots and pans. And we also have a light incorporated in there, so that way you actually can see what's in there. Inside over here, this again is more pantry kind of stuff. Go down here. It's too bad. Storage, more storage. Our potato onion bin, basically storage. Down here, fuel, our bathing towels. When we take showers and stuff, that's where we keep those towels at. This drawer was made for tinfoil and stuff like that, and eventually we started putting spices into it for our potatoes. Right here is obviously our silverware drawer. And I don't know if you can see from right there, this is our utility drawer and our slide out table. There's a block here you pull out. You have this. And boom. Chop your vegetables. Eat. There's plenty of room when she's not on here. Me and my wife can just slide over and eat, cook. We keep our camp stove right here, which is completely covered dog food. We got our plates and bowls up here. Some more random cups, and coffee in cups. I see the inside here, there's still just reflectix. Basically everything is a shell. I didn't really worry about the inside of anything. I wanted it to be sealed, but out of sight, out of mind. So you can see these drawers, just simple drawers made, self-close on them. The block is just there to hold up the weight of the table, that way it doesn't sag. There's probably other stuff I'm missing. Alright, just a little bit further down the van, we got like more of an area. This is where our water is stored. We have our chopping boards right here. We have 21 gallons. 21 gallons of water. We got a 12-volt pump there. Let's drink it in here for you. It's just a simple setup with your inline water hose going to your out, teed off because of hot water, hot and cold, on-off valves, which will come up to here, this is my switch. I have incorporated to the pump off and on. Off means, light off means it's off, light on means it's on. I know it's loud, but whatever. It's still water. And you see it shuts off. It's a self-priming pump, so nice to have. And this is our dish towel drying mat. Underneath the sink, we have, our soaps or towels, stuff for cleaning wise. And on this side we have our trash. Now I did all this sliding like this because obviously it's easier. They don't fold open, flop open, and they slide really easy. It's just 1/4 inch wood and just tracks. Nothing special. Our sink set up. I built a curtain. If I would have done more, allowed more space, I could have done covered doors, but a curtain's great. Just simple. I went with like a P-trap instead of a C-trap. That way if water gets trapped down here, it doesn't lose much gas that's up from the bottom. It's as simple as slide in here. We store bug spray and stuff in there. It's a good way to get trash up and out. And then we get, like I said, a gray water. Oops, out of there. Pull it up and out. Alright, and now for the sink area. We found this sink here on Amazon. It's literally just glued in with extrusive adhesive glue, zero hole Gorilla Glue, and it's never moved since. It's all these little hooks here just for like drying purposes, that way if anything drips, it at least drips in the sink and doesn't get all over the place. I built this little simple board. It's just for lengthening the countertop, really, as long as you don't step it just falls in there and gets a nice place to place things. Oh, this is the other switch right here for the gallery lights. These three are here. That way you can control it from the back and the front. I want to be able to, come to the back and forget, oh, I forgot to turn the light off, and come here and you can be able to turn it off. I have a light here, which has a switch here on and off, just right there. And when you come into this little pair of doors, you can be able to turn the light on instantly. We got a light switch right here, which eventually is going to be a dimmer switch. It controls this light and the one back over there, right above the bed. It's going to be a dimmer, that way I can turn down the lights on it. And this light right here actually is the dome light from the actual original van. I wired it that way when you're driving you need to flip a light on because the dog might be doing something like crawling on the bed while you're driving. And another part I noticed in my recording was I never showed this side of the kitchen. We have a carbon monoxide alarm. We have outdoor indoor temperature. This outlet is connected to the shore power, which is hooked up underneath the van. We got a couple of 12-volt outlets. This one's a USB. You just turn it on, give it power, so we can charge stuff. This is tells us our voltage of our batteries, and we also have a battery operated light here, which has a remote over there, which is nice, just nice dim light. All right, this is our sliding bulkhead wall. Sorry. We wanted something to keep us insulated from the front of the van, because in Alaska, you know, we get cold temperatures at night that drop down maybe high 30s, low 40s during the summer. And so there's a lot of condensation and all that stuff. So we wanted a nice thermal wall, and wood is a good thermal break. Plus, you know, with the swinging door, we'd have something to deal with all the time, and the dog and stuff like that. So we also wanted something that we can leave open and still have access to our utility closet. And it block out light. So I built this custom sliding black wall. It's really only this thick. I planned it out the thickness. How far back it came, I sat in my seat, slid the seat back, got comfortable with the steering wheel, and that's boom, that's where the edge of the wall was. And from there, I designed it from that point. It is on a track with wheels. It did slide a lot better, but you know, with wood, it warps in, you know, temperature, so now it's pressed up against it, but it's still nice and solid. Travel wise, we're driving on the road. I built these little clips just to hold it in place. I got one over here as well. This was a little loose, but it keeps it in place, and that way they don't slide, because they will shift if you don't lock them into place. This is just an extension cord to my outside lights in the Arba tent right now. This up here is a charging station. Sorry, we got a lot of stuff up here. I have computers. I have multiple. Multiple 12-volt outlets. Oh, thank you. With on-off switches, that way I can turn them off. That one. Oh, this is. That one outlet right back there is actually hooked up to our shore power, which is basically an extension cord that dangles from the bottom of the van. I'll point that out later. All right, this is where my shore power is located. There's the van here. Got this cord with the plug, which seems to fit on it. And it just comes right through the bottom of the van. This wire right here is actually my ground. Just hooks up to the actual natural ground down there for my whole battery system. And it just basically forks off that outlet. The one above the sink down there, and there's one down here. When I get to that here in a second, when I put these things all back. All right, this is our utility closet, we call it. We have stuff for storage. This is not candles, our fire extinguisher. Down below, but this is our toilet, our little luggable loo. We use anesthetic kitty litter, and that's our whole electrical setup. When we're powered into shore power, if we down the solar panels. Sorry if I was too close to the microphone. We have a battery charging hook up to it. When we plug it to the outside, that's our incoming power from our alternator. This is actually the cover's supposed to be on right now, but it had a little electrical issue a second ago. This switch right here is our main that turns all the power on and off to the van. That way, you know, when we park and store it, I don't want anything drawing off the towers. You know, there's a 200 amp 12 volt AGM batteries. I do have some lithium batteries I'm about to install in this van soon, which will be fun and exciting. But yeah, I don't think I mentioned before, but we do have solar. We only have 200 watt solar panels, 100 watt each, whoever. And there's a 40 amp MPP charge controller, but it's all going to be changed out to a different charge controller soon. This is our max air fan. Obviously, it lets in a lot of light. We get like 19 hours of daylight during the summer in Alaska. So we found this cover on Amazon, which is great because it's not so magnet on, which is great. Glacier loves it too. Who doesn't love its dog? Isn't that right? Alright, real quick, I want to show real quick how it looks at night when we turn everything off. This is how dark it is. Oh yeah, I forgot these lights are on. This little accent lighting. That looks really dark in here. And this lighting is actually just, I took some LEDs, wrapped around some of the rope we use for the trim around the doors and stuff to hide all the seams, and I don't know, this is small things. Alright. It's pitch black in here. That's how dark it gets. That's why this panel wall is the best. You could just, it blocks out so much light. And the way it's built, it's awesome. Better than a curtain. Another thing I forgot to mention in the video was the bed. This is where we store stuff. We have our bedding down below here. We hold our jack and lights and extension cords and stuff down on this side. This is how we get the bed out. Pull out the center here, which is the legs, extends out. And then just flats out and boom. Slide this forward. This back part is Velcro. And then just lay it out flat. And it's large enough for my wife, me, and our dog. It's 74 inches long, 1 inch taller than me. I'm 6'1". The mattresses are just foam with a canvas drop cloths, draped over plywood and stapled on the back. It's really easy to put away. Sit that there. Slide the cushion back in. Slide it back in. And slide the legs back in. Drop that down. These things make great if you are worried about sitting up straight or not. Alright, I don't know if this is a small detail, but this is our library. This is where my wife wanted to store our little hiking books and our little first aid manuals and stuff. This rug right here fits perfect in the spot. Wasn't planned, but exact measurements. I am amazed. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. This was my first time making a van tour video, and it wasn't planned. I'm not the best in front of the camera, but I hope this helps you with your build. If you like any more footage of any area of the van, please drop it in the comments below. Thank you. Hi, this is our 05 GMC Savana.